It is everyone's favorite psychic back again with a very special message for all of my beautiful ones, and I really hope that this reaches whomever may need it. I used to have really negative self-perceptions and thoughts and all of that. And one day I realized if thoughts were tangible objects, how heavy they would be. So I started thinking, if I put a pebble in my pocket for every negative thought that I had, not actual pebbles, but just imagining, how heavy would it be by the end of the day? So I, would take stock of that every time I had a negative thought. So as I tried to change those thoughts and that pattern and that habit, because sometimes we get into such a habit of thinking negatively about ourselves that we don't stop and think, how can I change this? It just becomes second nature. So I thought, how can I change this? And I tried not to have those thoughts, but that wasn't working. So, I might have reduced the amount of pebbles that I was carrying around for the day, but what I did instead, and this worked for me, was for every negative thought that I would have 3 positive thoughts. And so my new imagining was to imagine that my pockets were full of pebbles and to take 3 out for each positive thought that I had. If I had more, great. If I could take 10 out at a time, that was even better. But I started with 3 because I felt like counteracting needed to be more of a strength in numbers training instead of just one positive thought. I wanted to have more. So that way I would really feel the effect a little bit more. And it was a struggle in the beginning, but as time went on, it just started to become so natural. They say 2 weeks and something becomes a habit. So that's what I committed myself to, was 2 weeks. And pretty soon it just became second nature. And I really think that this is part of how I began to view myself in a totally different light. Just little baby steps along the way. Nothing happens overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, give that a try. Maybe it'll work for you. Maybe it won't. But what have you got to lose?